What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. You guys helped me to get over 1K subscribers. I've been grinding. When I say grinding on YouTube, you guys, I've been on here and you guys have helped me get over that 1K subscribers. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm gonna have some information. I finally got my soap website going. I'm gonna have that down below on the screen. So anyway, you guys, enough about me. Let me see what I can do to help you guys. So I'm gonna talk about the top 10 traits of a leader. The top 10 traits of a leader. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram at SugarSalon or SugarSalonTV. I don't know if you follow me there or not. But I put probably almost a month ago that I was going to start this series about leaders. And you know, I owned a hair salon. If you didn't know that, I did. I had a brick and mortar salon. Actually had 3 locations at the same time. I had a brick and mortar storefront and 2 salon suites at the same time. And if any of you guys know, paying the rent in a salon suite is similar to paying the rent in a storefront. It's almost about the same. I mean, it's pricey to be in a salon suite, but the only thing about the salon suite, you don't have to pay light, water, gas, and a whole bunch of taxes like you do in a brick and mortar storefront. So I had that for from 2006. I retired last year, so I've been retired a little bit over a year from the hair industry, but it's still near and dear to my heart. So when I'm talking about leadership on here, I'm talking about any kind of leadership, whether you're on a business, whether you're in corporate. I went back to corporate America. I worked in corporate America over 20 something years, and I did some leadership in corporate too. Not a whole lot of leadership in corporate, but I did do some leadership. I would love to do it again, but we'll see about that if somebody promotes me to leadership. But love being a leader, love helping people. That's who I am. And so I want to start off this series about leaderships. It can relate to any kind of leadership, whether you're in corporate America, whether you got your own business, whether you're the leader of your family, whatever you want to relate it to. It may, it may relate to whatever type leader that you are. So I'm going to talk about the 10 traits of a leader that I feel, are the 10 traits of a leader, and I have them in alphabetical order. So you can put them in the importance that you want them to, that they apply to you, or that you think they should be, but for me, to make it easy, I just put them in alphabetical order. Okay, number 1, behavior and demeanor. You guys, that's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, behavior and your demeanor is everything when you're a leader. Now, in my opinion, your behavior should be professional. Professionalism is everything. So your demeanor, how you come across, that can affect whomever you're a leader over, like whomever your subordinate. That can affect them too. If your behavior is not on point and you a leader, it can affect your team. It can affect others or subordinates. So your behavior and your demeanor is everything. Continuing with the B's. So being a good listener. In my opinion, you guys, a leader should definitely be a good listener. You should be able to listen. Sometimes, you can find yourself talking to people and, sometimes, to be honest, with my husband and I are talking, sometimes I do that. Like, sometimes, you be thinking in your brain already, like, what are you going to say or what are you about to say?
Oh my God.
So just being when you apply that to a leader, because when I'm at home, I'm not the leader. So my husband is. So we're talking about leaders right now. So being a good listener is definitely a good characteristic, a good trait to have when you are a leader. You got to be able to listen to your subordinates. You got to be able to listen to people who you lead, because one thing about it, when you're a leader and when someone is your subordinate, like you're over them and they're under you kind of thing, they work for you. Sometimes people have excellent ideas. They have excellent feedback. There's a lot of really smart people out here who have a lot of great feedback and who are willing to open up and give you their feedback. And so don't shut down just because you're a leader. It don't make you look less than a leader if you can listen and can receive sometimes. And sometimes you're going to learn something. You may find out something new. You may learn some good idea or something like that. So be willing to listen. dedication. A leader, you got to be dedicated to the position that you're in, dedicated to being a leader. Like, what are you doing to show your dedication to your team, that you're dedicated to them, to help them grow, help them promote, help to nourish them. When you're a leader, in my opinion, it's not all about you. It's about the people that work for you, the people that trust you, the people that are allowing you to lead them. When people respect you, a lot of times they will, it's easier to lead them, or it's easier to be an example. And sometimes we have to not feel fragile in front of your subordinates, but you want to feel human. You want to be human. You want to come across like you're not all perfect. You human just like they are. I had my storefront salon, and I had commission hairstylists. At the time, it was very hard to find stylists that had enough clientele to pay a booth rent. So, in that situation, you want to be an example to your team, whatever kind of team you lead. You want to seem approachable. You want to be fair. You want to seem like you're honest and that you have integrity. You always want to operate in that way. You want them to feel comfortable being able to come to you and discuss things with you, and just be integrous, have a lot of integrity, and always be honest. And again, back to that good listener thing, being able to listen and being non-biased and showing no favoritism. That's a big thing too as a leader. Sometimes it may be a challenge for some leaders, because sometimes people just click with this person over that person. But especially when you're trying to lead people, especially in corporate America or any type of leadership, you don't want to show favoritism. Like, even though you may, have a good energy with this one over here. You're being paid, if you're in corporate America or whatever situation you are in. If you're in a situation where you're being paid to be the leader, then you need to be fair to everybody. Be non-biased. Be fair, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You guys know about the golden rule. That's old, that we learned that in like the 3rd grade. So you don't want to be showing favoritism for this one over that one, or if it's people that you hired as opposed to people that were already on the team, you kind of, you inherited these people, but you're treating the ones a little bit better who you hired. No, you don't want to do that. You want to treat everybody fair, give everybody equal chance, just like the same that, we would want done for ourselves. So be non-biased and don't show favoritism. That's a great trait, a great characteristic for a leader to have. A people person. Be a people person. Sometimes you may find leaders who seem like they don't even like people. I'm like, sometimes I kind of wonder, like, what do people think it means to be a leader? Like, when you're a leader over someone, then you having to engage and interact with other people. So be a people person, but at the same time, if you are a leader, sometimes you're going to have those difficult subordinates who work for you, who you over them. Then you have to be able to call them to the side, pull them into the meeting, and let them know, the things that you want to see them improve in, the areas that they want to improve in. You want to see that, because one bad apple can spoil the whole show. You don't want, your whole team to suffer because of one person who, just tend to be rude, brash, condescending. Sometimes people have this personality and this behavior where they are narcissistic. They want everything to be about them. They gaslight a lot. They don't want nobody to take their shine. They don't want nobody else to shine over them. Or they don't want Lucille to look like she outshining her or something like that. At the end of the day, if you have a good work ethic, if you are punctual and all of that, your leader is going to know, that, hey, he or her, he or she, they're very punctual, they're professional, they'll see it. And so as a leader, that's something else too. You have to be able to tell a subordinate when they need to be reprimanded or something, or when they're, running other employees off, or when they making the environment very hostile, or they making the work environment hostile, or other people, subordinates or teammates are having to suffer because of what one person is doing. So if you're a leader, you have to have that spunk, and you have to have that stick-to-itness, and you have to be professional enough to where, even though you're a people person, you still are getting paid to be a leader. So sometimes you got to make that hard decision, and you got to call that spade a spade. You know, you got to call it a spade. You got to be real. You know, you got to make it do what it do. You got to call them into that conference room, and you got to say, hey, Lucy, you know, this won't be tolerated anymore. You know, I've talked to you several times. I've given you ample opportunity to improve your behavior. And you have to just let people know, because I really feel like one person can make the whole environment turn into a hostile environment. And sometimes you may see where, you know, this person have a lot of knowledge, and so they kind of tend to be enabled or whatever. So if that's the case, if they have so much knowledge and wisdom and they know the job so well, that's when you as the leader make the decision that, okay, let me make sure I get all of this information from them so they won't have this power over this whole department, over this whole company, over this business, or over my business if you're the owner, or whatever the case may be. You do not want to let one bad apple spoil the whole show, or you don't want to make other people suffer. So being a people person is part of that, because at the end of the day, if you are a people person, you're able to sit down and talk to people and be able to communicate to them the things that you want to see them improve in, the areas you want to see them get better in. And sometimes it's just their behavior, their personality, they're condescending, they're unprofessional. And those are the hard things that come with being a leader. But when you're being paid to be a leader, then that's the things that you have to do. If you feel like that you're weak in those areas, then take some classes. You know, tell the person that's over you that, hey, I would like to take some classes and get some more wisdom and knowledge in these areas, you know, dealing with this or that, you know, and how to deal with difficult employees. You want to learn that. And so they can send you to some classes. You know, most companies have funds for that, where, you know, people can take classes and courses and stuff like that. So always sit down and with yourself and be honest with yourself and jot down your areas that you feel are weaknesses or things that you find as a challenge as being a leader. Jot that down, and then the person that's over you, you know, you tell them in your meetings that you have once a month or once a week or however, and you want to grow too. You don't just want the person who's your subordinate to grow. You want to grow too as a leader. So do that as well. And to me, that's a part of being a people person, is learning how to interact and engage, learning how to step up to the plate and, you know, deal with an uncomfortable situation sometimes if you don't know how. And sometimes, you know, it's very good. Like I really believe in mentorship. You know, if you you a leader, but you still kind of green, or you still feel kind of uncomfortable dealing with difficult situations, find you a mentor, whether it's in the same company you work at or at another company, or maybe it's a friend who is a leader above the level that you are, and you can get advice from them. Find a mentor, you know, that can help you, because that is very important to leadership. Professionalism in every way. And so when I say professionalism in every way, I'm saying not coming across rude or brash, or, you know, coming across unprofessional or harsh. You know, also in your appearance, your attire, you know, just be professional from head to toe. You know, have the look, play the part, you know, do what you have to do. And that's the leader, you know, set yourself apart, because you're a leader. I mean, you're a leader in whatever, whether it's your own business, or whether you're a leader in corporate America, or whether you're a leader of the home. You know, dare to be different. Be professional at all times. Be punctual and on time. Always be punctual and on time. One thing about me, I can say I don't like being late anywhere. I don't see how people do it, because when you late, you know, it's causing you all this rush of adrenaline, which causes anxiety and causes stress, and probably causes your blood pressure to go up. Because, you know, one thing about time, it doesn't wait for you, it doesn't wait for me, it doesn't wait for anybody. Once time is gone, there's no way in the earth to recoup time. There's no way. Once 12 noon is gone, 12 noon is gone. Unless you wait till the next day, you can wait to 12 noon again. So be someone that's punctual, that's on time. And that way, you know, you're always on time. You're never late. You don't, because when you're late, you're having to make up excuses. You're having to rush You are having to try to recoup time, which I just said, that's impossible. You're having to try to backtrack. You are already behind the 8 ball already. You're already behind. So if you are a leader, and no matter what kind of leader you are, you need to make sure that you are punctual and on time at all times, or you're not gonna look. You're gonna have people gonna be looking at you some type of way if you are a leader, but you can't never be on time nowhere. Y'all got to make it make sense for me.
Thank you.
That you are a leader, but you can't never be on time. Those two don't go together. So that's another trait and characteristic that you need to have and be strong in when it comes to being a leader, in my opinion. Another one is being reliable. Your word is your bond. Like, being reliable and trustworthy, your word is your bond. Your word, that's an old school term. Your word is your bond. Meaning, whatever you say you're going to do, that's what you're going to do. People know they can rely on Ray because Ray, he on time, he's reliable, and his word is his bond. If he tell you he going to get there early, I'm going to get there at 6 a.m., that's early. A lot of people still in bed at 6 a.m., but if Ray tell you he going to be there at 6 a.m., Ray is there at 6 a.m., probably 5:45 a.m. Ray is there. So let your word be your bond, be reliable. Let whatever you say, let it be so. Let it come to pass. Let whatever you tell people, once you speak it out your mouth, then hold yourself accountable. Be accountable for what you tell people gonna do. You're gonna do. Be reliable. Your word, remember, it's your bond. What you say is what you're gonna do. Let your word be your bond. That's very important as a leader. If you tell somebody, a subordinate or somebody over you, I'll be there, or I'm gonna do this, or girl, I'm gonna help you with this, I'm gonna help you with this, whatever. Let your word be your bond. Be reliable. That speaks volumes about you. Have a strong work ethic. This is number 10. Let your work ethic be very strong. You know, somebody's work ethic, either they have it or they don't. Some people do not have a strong work ethic. They gonna just do the minimal that's required of them. Or they gonna say, that's not on my job description. But, you know, have a strong work ethic. I mean, you have to have a strong work ethic if you're trying to be a leader. Because when you're a leader, you're supposed to be the example. You're supposed to be doing more. You're supposed to be doing the most. You're supposed to be doing more than the subordinates, people who work for you. You're supposed to be doing more than them. You're supposed to know a little bit more than them. If you don't know more than them, or if you don't know, learn it. You have time to learn it. Make it important. Make it to where, you know, you're willing to learn what you don't know, because we all should be learning no matter what level that we're in, no matter what type of leader that we are. So strong work ethic is everything. So that's my top 10 in alphabetical order of the traits and the characteristics and of being a leader. In my opinion, I'm going to carry on with this leadership series that I just added. It's under the leadership playlist on my YouTube. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for getting me over the 1K subscribers. What a blessing. And my soap, I'm going to drop the website below. I'm going to have it on the screen too. And if you have any of these that I missed as far as some characteristics and traits that you think are good for being a leader, please drop it down below. If you agree and like this video and want to see more leadership videos, give me a thumbs up. Give me some suggestions on here. If you want to collab with me on a video, we can do that. If you have any ideas or stuff you want to see on my channel, no matter what it is, we can do that. But I'm going to see you guys on my next video. If you are new to my channel and not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I have over 500 videos on here. Like I said, I've been grinding. You guys have a blessed weekend. I'm going to see you on my next video. And make sure you buy you some soap. See you soon. Peace and blessings.